gift from the heavens. It was easy to tell. It was love.
And how we doing, Hookah Man, Spaceman here again, doing something a little bit different for you today. Today I'm doing a product comparison, or battle if you will, between the two most popular coals on the market in my opinion, the Coconara coals and the Three King coals. Okay, now I just pulled two coals out of each package, and I wanted to show you what it ends up doing to your hands, what each coal ends up doing to your hands after you pull them out of the package. In my left hand I have a Coconara coal, and in my right hand I have a Three King coal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of bobble these around in my hands a little bit, kind of get them goofing around in there. Okay, that should pretty much do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and set both coals down, and what you can obviously see is the Coconara hand does have a little tiny bit of ash on it, but nothing much, and the Three King hand is pretty much doused with black, sooty, charry stuff. So as far as cleanliness goes, Coconara has taken one on this. I gotta go wash my hands. Okay guys, now onto the durability portion of this little contest here. In my left hand I have the Coconara, and in my right hand I have a Three King. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the living crap out of these things and see what happens. So, start off with the left hand, Coconara hand. Squeezing as hard as I can. It actually kind of hurts a little bit. But, as you can see, coal came out good. There is a little bit of black dust and whatnot on my hand. And then onto the Three King. Squeezing, and this is what happens. It disintegrates basically. It crunches up into random, tiny, disgusting little pieces, and my hand will never be the same. Okay, so now my stove is all nice and heated up. The coils are glowing red, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the lighting of the coal started to show you how each of the individual coals lights up, smoke produced, things of that nature. So, now actually, first little note though, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to this. I'm not going to quite tell you what it is right now, but I want you to pay attention to this. Right there I have two coals. They are both Coconaras, however you can obviously see that one is smaller than the other. This one right here is obviously quite a bit smaller than this one, yet they are both very rigid and still very hard. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pop this coal on the stove and get my stopwatch going. So, we will see you back in a couple of minutes. Okay, now the Coconara has been on the stove for just about 9 minutes right now, and it is all done. It is glowing red all the way throughout. There it is right there. And now what I'm going to do is, using the same stopwatch, I'm going to go ahead and throw on the Three King just to show you how quickly that lights up. And this is the method that I use for all of my coals whenever I light them. Pop that on there, and it is 9:30. So we'll see how fast that lights. As you can see, there is some smoke being produced and a lot of sparks, but it is a quick light coal, so that is to be expected. But it did start lighting immediately. As far as smoke produced goes and insta-lights, this isn't the worst of them. This is probably the best of them. Okay, and it's almost done. And it was at 9:30 when I started. Took about exactly 30 seconds. Took 28 seconds for that coal to completely light through. The bottom of it is going to be glowing red due to the method that I use. So there's a little idea of how they light. Now I want to go back over here. You see that little glowing red guy right there? What that was I had used a coal and not gotten to finish the bowl. And so when I rinsed off the coal to make sure that it was to put it out, I noticed that it stayed very hard. So what I realized after that point is you can reuse that little sucker up until it's gone. So that little coal right now is perfectly ready to go and perfectly ready to be put on a bowl and reused as if it's brand new. So that... Okay guys, now on to smoking of the two coals. In this hookah here I have one Coconara coal, and on this hookah here I have one Three King coal. I'm just going to kind of show you, explain the taste of both the coals and show you how they smoke. So let's go ahead and get started with the Coconaras. As you can see, I'm producing very good smoke. I am using the same shisha in both hookahs. That is with one Coconara coal. Delicious white fluffy clouds. Awesome, awesome smoking experience. Even with only the one coal. Generally I use two, but for the purposes of this comparison I'm only using one. As far as taste of the coals go, there actually isn't one, and I never realized there even was a taste to hookah coal until I tried these. And I noticed between this and quick lights there actually is a taste to a quick light coal. But go ahead and give one more drag off of this one. Good solid rip for you. Okay, and on to the 3 King. As you can see, pretty much the same smoke. I've been smoking both of these on and off, switching it back and forth for about 15 minutes now. Very considerable smoke out of both, and that's only with one 3 King and with one Coconara. General rule of thumb that I go by, at least, is 2 Coconaras to every 3 King. But as you can see, just the one Coconara is doing it for these setups. As far as taste coming out of the coal, on the 3 King there is a slight flavor, not as much as most quick lights that I've noticed. Most quick lights I get this really weird funky taste that it's just not pleasant. But this one, it isn't bad. I would prefer not tasting anything other than the shisha, but so as far as smoke goes, it's a dead heat. Both of them are doing great. Both of them are producing awesome smoke. And I can't put any complaints on the smoke of either the Coconaras or the 3 King. As far as taste goes, I obviously do have to go with the Coconara on this one, because I'm getting no flavor from the coal, and it's doing nothing but providing a good, nice, thick smoke. Let's go ahead and move on to the final chapter of this comparison, on to the ash. Alright guys, on to the final portion of this product comparison. We're taking a look at the ash from each coal. I have 2 Coconara worth of ash and 2 3 King worth of ash. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. Alright, now what you're looking at is on the left side we have the 3 King ash, and on the right side we have the Coconara ash. As you can see, the Coconara produced a lot less ash than the 3 King did, and also it's got a much finer, almost confectioner sugar feel to it. It's very, very fine, not grainy, not mealy, anything like that. On the other hand, the 3 King's ash is very grainy. It's a very thick ash, almost like soot. So that gives you a little bit of an idea as to what the ash production is out of each coal. There's obviously less ash coming off of the Coconaras for the same amount of coal. Okay everyone, after taking everything in consideration, the clear winner today is the Coconara coals. The only downside to these is the time it takes to light them, somewhere in the area of 10 minutes. The 3 Kings took it on that one with about 30 seconds light time. However, if you get these things started right before you start setting up your hookah, they should be pretty good set to go by the time you're ready to smoke. So I hope this product comparison was helpful to you. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and smoke on, hookah to Maine.